Oh, I know you're gonna love this one. Andrew Tate, also known as the Top G, is the protagonist of this video. And whether you love him or you hate him, he knows perfectly how to do two of the most difficult things through style. The first thing is that he knows perfectly how to express his personality through his clothing. And the second one is being able to be very versatile. Not just wearing one style, but keeping like a mixture between all the styles possible for the different settings. Because like here's the thing, Tate's style is way more versatile than people give him credit for, okay? He doesn't just wear suits, he doesn't just wear casual. He blends masculine power with personality, and that's the secret that most men never figure out through his style. So in this video I'm gonna break it all down and teach you how you can do the exact same thing to start dressing like Andrew Tate. So let's get to it. Well, as always, let's start for his signature style. And if I had to define it in 3 words, I think I would say that he's masculine, dominant, and bold. What is funny is that to define his personality, I would use the exact same 3 words. That's what I was trying to say when I said that he knows perfectly how to express his personality through his clothes, okay? As you can see here, he is able to pull off amazingly 3 kinds of completely different kinds of outfits. As you can see here, he can pull off perfectly the elegant and at the same time mafia boss vibe, okay, which is a suit which he usually wears with a tee, but you can like sometimes see him with a turtleneck too, and always the dark sunglasses. In the middle you can see the billionaire playboy style, which is basically an unbuttoned silk shirt, some fitted pants, and a statement watch, which we will see a bit later. And finally, you can always see him with this kind of style, which we could say it's like the top G or alpha style, and it's defined for being with a plain tee, and usually with a bomber jacket, a leather jacket, and some slim trousers. What's funny is that each one is strong, it's clean, and radiates unapologetic masculine energy, which also is what defines his personality. He also sticks to neutral tones. Okay, you can usually see him with blacks, navies, and beige, but also sometimes he looks very extravagant. Another thing that defines him is that he never wears logos or clutter. You can see that he has money because of his style, but at the same time you could copy it without having a lot of money. Because by not wearing logos or anything, you can say if he has 200 million euros in the bank account or 200. Okay, so let's know how you can copy exactly this style by understanding the key pieces. Alright, so let's understand what are the essential clothing pieces for each one of the styles I just mentioned. And let's start for this one, that is the mafia boss kind of style or vibe. There's different ways to wear this kind of style, but what you're trying to do here is look elegant but not corporate. He always wears turtlenecks or tees, but you'll never see him with shirts, nor anything too classy, nor ties, anything like that. Okay, you can go with plain turtlenecks alone or with a jacket on, or you can also go for suits but with more of a tee for a casual setting. It's very easy to pull off and very easy to understand, as you should aim for like tailored clothing, but at the same time, if you truly want to be like him, you should go for a little bit more tight clothing, especially when we're talking about the underneath wear, like for example the turtlenecks or the tees. I wouldn't recommend wearing too tight suits, as you will break them sometimes and you will feel uncomfortable with them. But for all the other things, it's like kind of a good option. He's a fucking G. Like when we're talking about the alpha minimalist kind of style, it's the easiest way to go. Let's now see how you can copy the alpha minimalist kind of style, which is basically characterized for wearing a plain tee. And in colder weather seasons, you could also go for a bomber or leather jacket. For the pants, you should go for some slim trousers. And what he's trying to do here is look very casual. It's basically for casual settings, but at the same time going comfortable. It doesn't really matter the color palette you choose, because like sometimes you can see him with dark palettes, but also here he's wearing clearer ones, okay? So it doesn't really matter. What you should really aim for is looking comfortable, looking very basic. And for the footwear, you could go for some white sneakers or loafers in this case. And for the last style, which is very exotic and very weird to see, is the billionaire playboy. As I said before, this is characterized for wearing unbuttoned silk shirts and fitted pants with a statement watch. What you want to try to do here is wearing very strong patterns, okay, as the leopard one or this one over here, and also wearing extravagant colors, like for example golds or bright ones. The way to pull this off is kind of trying to look like a pimp, okay? Dress like you would dress if you were the manager of a strip club, and you will nail this look. Now let's talk about the accessories, because you can always see him with the same ones and are pretty basic actually. You can see him always with the dark sunglasses, always. It doesn't matter the setting, it doesn't matter if he's in the exterior or at home, he always wears the sunglasses. He's usually wearing this necklace too, but sometimes he's not, okay? It's not kind of usual to see him with matte jewelry, so if you do, just keep it minimal, but always wear a watch. The statement watch is something that characterizes Andrew Tate, and he always goes for the Nautilus with diamonds. He also has different watches. When he bought the Bugatti, he bought also the Bugatti watch, which I think is almost $500,000. Pretty nice. You can also see him with the Royal Oak, also with diamonds. If you're trying to copy Andrew Tate by buying a watch, just always buy it with flashy and bright kinds of styles, okay? He always wears diamond watches, which are also very expensive and very flashy. Now, when we're talking about his grooming and hairstyle, it's very easy to copy, okay? He's always wearing a shaved head, or in some cases, a buzz cut. But it's kind of a haircut that gives you a high testosterone look, and I love it because, like, this is how he really looks, okay, if he is trying to grow his hair. And I've had friends who have been balding since they are 16. I know it's fucked up, but like, truly accept it and go for that buzz cut or a shaven head. It will look much better on you, and you can really see it here, okay? The same for the beard. If you go for a trim beard with a little fade, it looks amazing, as you can see here. But if you try to grow it too much, this is how you will look. You just look sloppy, and it doesn't look good. And especially if you have a good bone structure and an aggressive personality, this will fit you amazingly. Now, when we're talking about fragrances, I have to say I haven't even tried this once, but I did my research, and these two are the ones that Andrew Tate uses. This one is the Moresque Oro Luna, and this one is a Baccarat Rouge 540. I don't know how they look like, but I guess it gives kind of a masculine and edgy vibe. So yeah, just go for that if you want to copy his style. And now, one of the most important parts, his attitude and his mindset, the G mindset. Okay, what I really want you to understand is that style without identity is like a cosplay. But style backed by confidence is a way to be influential and a way to represent your mindset, your beliefs, and your personality. If you really know Andrew Tate, you will see that his beliefs are dominance, power, precision maybe, and there's no room for weakness. So that's what he's trying to express with this clothing. He has this G attitude where he doesn't really care about what the other people can say about him, and he's always smoking a cigar, like a fucking G. He's always kind of in a dark vibe. You can see it in the Tate Confidential programs, or you can see it through his style, okay? This is because it's associated with power and he knows it. Also, he says whatever he wants, and that's what basically cost him so many problems. But it's okay for him. So a good exercise you can do here is, instead of trying to copy him, define your values and then build your wardrobe around them. If your values are the same as his, okay, go on and copy him. But if they're not, your style won't represent you. So please, first of all, go identify your values and then think about if you truly want to copy his style or not. So we're getting to the end, and let's talk about some mistakes you should avoid if you truly are going to copy his style, okay? The first of them, as I said before, is never wearing jewelry. Like, you can sometimes see him with a necklace, but nothing more, okay? Never rings and never too much, as it's not really masculine. Maybe one ring is perfect, but not many. Also, never wear a tie, because as I said, if he's wearing a suit, he's not at all wearing it in a corporate way. He's not even wearing dress shirts, okay? This is the third mistake you want to avoid. So never wear dress shirts and never wear ties. You always want to complement your suits with a plain tee or maybe a turtleneck. But yeah, that's basically it. It's not really hard to copy his style, but you should go for a mixture between kind of a casual, elegant, and kind of a bossy, pimp, playboy kind of style. So you will need to think about all the settings you're going to and all the situations you want to find yourself in. Also think about what kind of clothing you're going to wear more and build your wardrobe based on that. I really hope that you like this video. I decided to do the top J in this one because I really love everything he represents, and also how he is able to represent it. This is like a very hard thing to do, and I'm noticing that a lot of people is struggling with this, how they can represent themselves and be themselves, be authentic through their style. Well, if you'd like to solve that, it's as easy as going to the link in the description and booking a call with me, okay? I'll make a step-by-step process on how you can identify your own style, the one that you feel more confident in, enhance your confidence, and also how you can build the necessary skills to have a magnetic social presence and attract the kind of people you want in your life, being as your dating life or your networking life. So don't waste more time and go book that call with me. If you like this video, as always, I would really appreciate that you liked and subscribe it, and also comment the one you want me to do next, because I'm kind of running out of ideas here. So I would really appreciate some help, and I'll see you in the next one, gents.